Hey PC fans, we are back in WoW. We will be testing the nvidia 5060 Ti 16GB versus the AMD 9060 XT 16GB. We will be testing the city, just flying, raids, everything. So let's go. We will be using my optimized settings that you can see here on screen. If you want to know why, how I decided, check out my other videos for AMD and or nvidia, especially AMD one is more detailed. So let's start with some static scenes, just doing nothing, just enjoying the scenery. I know the time of day is different and you know the apocalypse changed kinda, but I cannot really help that. It doesn't explain such a massive difference, but don't celebrate too quick. It's not as simple as it. There's a reason I'm showing the static scenes, right? So in static scenes, nvidia is clearly winning by a lot. So next up we are going to fly into Lag City, aka Silvermoon, right? This is Lag City and here we go, let's go. And here we see something interesting. The nvidia GPU is struggling to keep up at this point, and here the AMD one is a little bit lower, but generally speaking the nvidia GPU is struggling in Silvermoon especially. I don't know why. I think it's the drivers or something. It's an older game, not really that popular maybe in the eyes of nvidia. Everybody playing 007 First Light or whatever. But let me know if you know why this is. Outside though, it's a different story, as you can see a snippet of here. So let's do a full proper fly down outside. Outside the nvidia is constantly getting, well, I mean mostly getting more performance, which is quite interesting. I don't really have an explanation for this, except that I see that the GPU is used less on nvidia in the Silvermoon City, so CPU bottleneck, but it doesn't make sense. It's exactly the same PC, the same CPU, the same memory, everything. So I'm not really sure. It leads me to believe it's something with the nvidia drives specifically for WoW. I've seen it in another game, Minecraft, where the drivers are just not really that great from nvidia for those games. So let me know if you know exactly what's going on. But we are going into raiding, and guys, I tried my hardest to keep it a bit similar, which is really difficult, I can tell you that. So enjoy it. We are going to kill some single target trash here first, and performance is pretty similar. Strangely enough, it's a little bit better on the nvidia right now, which is weird because raiding is heavy on the CPU, right? So I'm even more perplexed now. I'm not really sure what's going on. And with that, the single target is down, and we will be moving up the stairs to check out the stairs performance, because why not? And here AMD is winning, so go figure out that one, right? If somebody knows why this, I don't know. I've tested over and over, I don't know. And here we are going to the first boss arena, right? So first a bigger pack of trash, more trash, and AMD is winning. So I guess it is still the CPU, because you can see the AMD GPU is being used for 80% and the nvidia GPU just 60%. So it must be, but I mean, it's easy to say, but it's the same CPU. So I really don't know why that's more used on AMD and less used on nvidia. I really don't know, and I would like to know actually. Also interesting, you can see on my nvidia system it's using more memory. I'm not really sure why. Maybe I had some extra app open, but I don't think so. I close everything always. So, and here we are in the first boss fight. I'm trying to do it as almost the same as possible, but I don't really remember. It's also been a while since I did this raid, because I don't really do it outside of YouTube. And as you can see, performance is really the same. So the moral of the story is, if the CPU is not bottleneck, then it's pretty similar, maybe often a little bit better on the nvidia. But if your CPU cannot handle it, then it's worse. But the same CPU could handle it better on the AMD, but handles it worse on the nvidia GPU. So that's the little bit of the puzzle that I don't really know yet. And here's the second boss, the first phase, and we'll have a look at the second phase as well. And here is the AMD card is definitely seems to be winning. But it's also neck and neck often. Something else interesting is that the nvidia GPU is using a lot less energy all the time, right? So it's quite a bit more efficient. So that's something I really like, and it has a lower clock speed, it seems. So here we are in the last phase, and it's pretty similar so far, so that's great. But we are dropping now with the bursting of everyone, and AMD is again pulling ahead. So more of the story for raiding and for pretty much everything. probably go AMD with this system. Yeah, if this is your main game, I would probably stay with the AMD. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully.